Hi, I've never tried to go live before on YouTube. I go live on Sacred Space for Rest and Courage. I also wash my hair, so this is an impromptu Facebook Live because I am a mystic and a seer. I follow the threads of what is occurring in the greater regions of reality that influence us in dramatic and temporal or timely ways. So I couldn't keep my mouth shut this morning, and I have been watching something the last 10 days to 2 weeks that is systems failures, basically bank systems in the secular world, but also the system failures of safety and protection that we thought our modern world gave us or our religions gave us. But behind those religions and behind the secular world is forces of creation that operate on behalf of life here, and they come through the voices of people like me and astrologers and uh, the cards and all these things we've been told to not use, to not listen to, that awaken our own direct link with creation. And it's just really enough already. Um, yeah, it's just enough already. And so I'm just going to spill some things out here today. uh, Most human beings, if they even listen to this, you're probably at the effect of the world you were born into. You are waiting to see what will happen with gun laws in the United States and schooling and politics, and you got your elbows up listening for what's going to happen to me because the authority that I listen to is outside myself. But not only is there an authority inside yourself, but there's an authority inside yourself that operates as greater authorities. What created life here and what has life exist as whole. And either you can take the path of the choice, you can choose to find your realms of the beloved, find what loves you, find what adores you, find what you're part of. It could be a tree, it could be a squirrel, it could be friends, it could be family, but cling. 2023 is a year of discovering our through lines day by day by day by day by day, because we can wake up and the ground will be gone tomorrow. And even if it's not financially gone or housing gone, which we're seeing so much of, it is gone. The system that we have been wired into, the system that has been poisoning us against ourselves. And it's not a thing like a government or a human, it is a condition. It is an aspect of reality that does not operate on behalf of life, of what exists as whole. It started a long time ago. It got instated here a long time, somewhere around the pre-Diluvian, around the flood. And we are still at the effect of it. And a lot of our systems have been formed by it, but not us. We don't have to be formed by it. We can listen to our inner voices. We can listen to our direct links with creation. We can listen to our relational fields, our relationship with each other, our relationship with ourselves, and our relationship with life. And in the shadows, which is the first one I'm going to read. So, what's been happening is I have a global community, and the global community has me. I'm part of it, and it's my teachings that we support ourselves with. But I'm a member of the community. I'm not the leader of the community. I'm a member of the community, and we use the teachings. So what happens is we have a little bit more of an edge because we put things out on WhatsApp thread, or we interact with each other, and we begin to find these through lines, these information coming from the greater part of creation that's going to guide us during this time. The Old Testament was for all three major religions. It's just a book of guidance. How Moses got guided across the water, how Mary got guided by God, how in the New Testament, sorry, wrong book, and or how Joseph's ladder or the burning bush. We're under guidance now. We're under guidance. Clear? So the first, several things have happened. I've been running the templates and the creation exercises because I needed to get myself to a still point where I could make right actions. And I'm there because the creation templates are 7 levels of consciousness that actually awaken this link you have with creation and how to move with creation and how to be informed by the information of creation so you're not at the effect of the world you were born into. LOC Institute, Language of Consciousness Institute. And then we start working the field when there's trouble and we feel disruption and we feel uh, uh, chaos and we feel fear and we feel instability. All of us start going to work, or a bunch of us start going to work to stabilize the field. Now, you don't need to understand that, but that's where this came from. That's where all the templates that several of us have been working the last 3 days came from. It's where the templates that weekly are being worked came from. It's all about stabilizing the energetic field within which, like a bubble, like Ken Carey's book, Starseed Transmission, like a bubble, a floating bubble that carries us through these times. So, you know what? Find your bubble. But here, so this is what C, my housemate, and for information, C is my Anamkara. She is my beloved. I'm not in relationship with C. I am a man's woman. And I adore her. And my love for her is as rich as any romance. And I'm just done. I'm really done with love not being given a place in all its forms. So I'm pretty rabid this morning because at least if I get things done, at least if you don't listen, that's not up to me. If you don't hear, that's not up to me. But for me, as a mystic, as seer, as a prophetess, I must speak. I am a delivery system. How that delivery goes down, I have nothing to do with. Not because I don't want to. I do everything to get people to hear me, including sobbing uncontrollably at times. But it isn't my job. It's yours to take in the information. It's you to self-train. It's you to become self-aware. It's you to figure out, for instance, how to figure out, like Braca said, the astrologer, she's talking about we're shifting out of linear time into nonlinear time. But do you go be where you can begin to pick up on and track linear time like what we're doing in our work? I don't care if it's our work, just find a way to track nonlinearly. Find a way to be at the effect of your relational field and to build back your relationships to whatever gives you life and has you exist as whole. Your relationship to creation, your relationship to those that adore you. Set your parameters for what you know you mustn't be a part of anymore, not because people are bad, but because it doesn't give you life. And it also it confuses you and doesn't give you a sense of direction. I hope I'm making sense because I'm not trying to make sense. Usually I pay attention a lot better. But this morning, I had to get some things said. I've been trying to figure out how to be there for people. And I figured out I'm going to do a once a week Zoom. And for people that want to have me available to them, I will make myself available because we aren't in a learning, we're in a responding. It's not about learning how to do something anymore, learning how to understand something. We're like in the game while the game is playing and we don't know the game. So whatever you get out of this time I'm having with you, enjoy. And I have to get off pretty soon because I have Create a World that I run the panel. I run the Zoom for the YouTube for Create a World. It happens in a half hour. So I walked in this morning, really reset from all the templates I'd done, very clear, because what happens with the templates is you get language, navigational language for how to be in action on behalf of what you're creating in the midst of chaos, in the midst of unworkability, in the midst of collapse. And all my language came through this morning, what to say, who to say it to, how to establish the parameters of engagement This is the beauty of the creation templates for me, because not only are they giving language, they're giving the language of creation in the mind of creation, like a where in the it talks about where we are the word, where we are moving with the word of creation, and we are responding to it, and we are being part of it. So all that's been going on the last few days. And then I walked in to see, just got back from dog sitting, and during the big windstorms we had here, and just incredible unworkability, incredible unworkability. I got this thing going on with my RV that's incredible. No through line, no way out. C lost her phone and now can't get into any, not lost it, but it died. Can't get into anything because she needs her phone to verify everything she does. This is unworkability. And there's more. Just look around. So she drew the cards and she said to me, Tantra, I can't believe this. I can't, this is like spot on. So if you're willing to consider that you live in the mind of creation, how could you not? Why are you living in the human mind? The human mind is weaponized against you, against others, and against life. That's what happened to us. That's why we have beings that help us remember, help us recall, help us not be caught in the minutia, like the beautiful book Celestine Prophecy and the 10th Insight. And my books, The Mind of Creation, even An Irish Tale of a Modern Mystic. It's all about being connected. It's all about being in the relational field of life while the secular world that we have known is collapsing. So the first card she drew was overflow. Very important. Overflow, too much, overwhelm, and plenty. So many good things are headed your way or are already occurring in your life right now. Yet you may be thinking that they're not possible or that you're not worthy of them. Abundance is everyone's natural state before we project our restrictions on it, defining what it means, who has it, who gets it, and so forth. Right now, take yourself out of your conditioning and look at your life through the eyes of plenty. Very important right now. There's so much beauty and so much love. And even with my washed hair, I'm sending so much beauty, and the sandia behind me and my love. And the sandia is in front of me, I might add. There is so much beauty and love. Opportunities and divine synchronicities definitely needed right now. Destined to support your dreams abound and are lined up for you. Yet it's sometimes difficult to discern it all because you're bombarded with too much information and stimulation, distracting you from the truth that all is well. Sometimes all this overflow can be overwhelming, and you may find yourself responding with empathy overload. Empathy overload occurs when you tune into the collective anger and fear about impending changes and uncertainties. It is unmanageable. You feel like you're drowning in those emotions and those sensations and in your nervous system. It's time to allow yourself to detach, bring yourself back to your life, restore your faith in a power greater than you, and remind yourself to focus on your smaller personal universe, which is much easier to manage. In this way, you know that you are a conduit for life's blessings and can share them with others, making this perception of overflow profoundly positive. This is from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. The second card she drew is Will of the Wisp. I think you can see it. Get it out of the sun. Is she gorgeous? Okay. Will of the wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows, the great mystery, epiphany. And remember, we're in the Christian time of Lent. So what we might want to give up is not trusting the greater universe of which we're a part and listening in the shadows, which is what this is about. Will of the wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows, the great mystery, epiphany. Will o' the Wisp hovers in her luminescent glory above the twilight moors of your life, whispering for you to step into the fog, into the mystery, into the unknown. You may have been visited by her before, but though intrigued, you refused her invitation. It would be safer, you decided, to remain on the journey you know. While you always have a choice as to whether to follow her or not, you never know when you might encounter her again. In this sense, turning away has its own consequences. Why is the known so appealing? It's only when you wake up to its restrictions, its soft prison or golden cage, that you realize there must be more. Will o' the Wisp has come to you once again to offer you magic, but you will have to sacrifice certainty and the pursuit of adventure, your comfort zone for the dangers of discovery, your well-trodden path for the detours that may well lead you astray. Or will they? We'll read that again. Will o' the Wisp has come to you once again to offer you magic, but you will have to sacrifice certainty and the pursuit of adventure. You will have to sacrifice your comfort zone for the dangers of discovery. You will have to sacrifice your well-trodden path for the detours that may well lead you astray. Or will they? Can you accept that losing yourself will bring you closer to your true self, which is what is occurring now for all of us? No longer the identity based in the survival structure that we were born into, but the self that is part of the greater universe that will restore life here is what interrupted the system of life here begins to fail. The profound shift of an epiphany can occur only when you risk the detour and enter the unknown. Now is the time to trust higher forces to lead you into this place, these worlds hidden at the threshold between what was and what can be. Here is where you will learn about your own unmaking to unmask yourself with yourself. That's why I'm starting the realms of the beloved now, with nobody knows anybody, and yet we're in the collective consciousness of what is occurring. And we get to restore the realms of the beloved of which we are a part. Here is where you will learn about your own unmasking, your own unmaking, and you unmask and you unmake yourself back into yourself that operates on behalf of all life, yourself, others, and life as part of the whole. Love what you discover, dark or light. See it all as divine and find a quiet, thrumming power waiting for you to channel it into the world for good. The treasure you find, filled with the wealth of love and kindness, true prosperity, is ripe to share with others. She is here for you now. Will you accept her invitation? A great bounty of goodness awaits you. You know, I really am I'm shifting everything so that the self of a human being can remember itself and recall its capacities. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm just very skilled at it. I've been doing it for over half a century. And it is hard. It is hard to consider that the mechanism of mind that runs the system of even reward and punishment in the monetary system where survival destroys relationship instead of giving it back its place here. We were designed to be in relationship with all creation. We're designed to enjoy the beauty of our lives. I've been pulling weeds, not weeds, but things that can't grow in a certain area of my yard. And I just do a small patch every day, just so I can keep it simple, Charlie. Keep it easy. Anyway, good luck. Good luck with everything. It's no longer yesterday and it's no longer tomorrow. It's all happening in the now. Reach out, grab hold on. And if you can, become self-aware, become self-trained, become self-capable. Have a great day.